This is the test. This is the test of the video system. Remember, this is only a test. It's very easy to get caught up in very meaningless and senseless debates. One of the debates that's common that I got caught up in myself, which now that I think about it, it was a huge decoy on what mattered. The race of Jesus. Jesus Christ is a historical figure. There's three basic questions you have to ask yourself. Was he a liar, lunatic, or the Lord? And that's what really is at stake. Because when you look at the history of the Jewish people, think about it. The Jewish people come from the Middle East. The Middle East people mostly are dark-skinned people. I believe, from what I understand about history, the Jewish people must have intermarried with the Romans. And when you think about the Roman people and the people from that era, they must have come from the north. And northern people had lighter colored skin. So the lighter colored skin they intermarry with the darker color people. That's what would cause a lighter complexion, maybe the lack of melanin or whatever you want to call it. But Jesus is the Son of God. So if he's the Son of God, his Father in heaven had to have been, maybe if you think about it, it could have been any race. I mean, that miracle could have caused Christ to be any race. His mother Mary was a Jewish woman, and his mother Mary probably was a dark skinned woman, pure Jewish. That's the thing. When you think about it, you heard of the term anti-Samaritan. If you look at the story of the Samaritan woman in the Bible was a woman that had a pure parent, a pure Jewish parent, and a non-Jewish parent. It's like the Gentile people mixing up with the Jewish people. So you would get a that terminology, because if you look way down the road, way down into the history, the Jewish people aren't pure like in the same way as the purity of the Jewish people in the first century AD, or even at the before the Common Era of the record keeping. We have the people that are more pure compared to the people nowadays. There's no pure race, really. I mean, I got my DNA done. I have 1% African in my DNA. And they say that probably everyone has 1% African, because of just, if you look at the origin of humanity being around the Middle East and around the Mediterranean or whatever, you got Africa, you got Italy, you got Asia. It's all pretty much close to there. So the fact of the matter is, Christ, no matter what his race, when in reality, like I'm saying, that Christ had to be Jewish for the story of redemption to take place, because you got God chose the Jewish people to do his will, and then you go down the road to where we are at now. And if you want to have a debate about Christ's race, to go with God's redemption plan, he has to be Jewish, pure Jewish. His skin color, whatever aside, really, but all the evidence is pointing that he was Middle Eastern, a pure Middle Eastern man, not any mixed race. I mean, in the big scheme, he could have been really all the races mixed up, because if God is his father, that would make Jesus to be 100% Jewish, 100% human, 100% divine, but also he could be all the races in one. And that is wonderful, because he has to be our Redeemer, and the Redeemer has to be related to us by blood. He can't just redeem. You have to look into the kinsman, Redeemer, the kindred, Redeemer. He had to have our blood relationship to be able to redeem the world. So don't get caught up in his race, because the fact of the matter is, if he's your savior, if he's a lord, a liar, or a lunatic, you ask those questions first. And if he's the Lord, you have to trust in him, you have to believe in him and accept him. You have to know that he lived as a redeemer that's related to us by blood. He had to live the perfect life to redeem us, to save us. That's what is so fantastic. And if you get caught up with the whole what race is he, it's just a decoy. Don't pay attention to that. Is he your savior? Is he your Lord? Do you believe in him or you don't believe in him? Don't get caught up in these senseless debates on the whole race of Jesus. He is blood. He is blood related to us. That's what matters, is in the blood. The blood is what cleanses us. The blood is what makes us whole. The blood of Christ is what is at stake. Do you believe in him or you don't believe in him? You believe in him with all your heart. You trust that he is the only way to be reconciled with his Father. That's what's at stake. Don't get into these whole debates about Christ. He's Jewish. He had to be Jewish. But he's also our Redeemer. He's blood related to all of us, because God is his Father. That's what makes him able to redeem us, to pay our debt, because he is the kinsman, Redeemer. Look that up when you have a chance.